Libra, welcome to your monthly tarot reading for September 2024. I cannot believe we are at September already, but we have a nice little spread for you, so let's jump right into it. We begin with the Hermit in the past position here. So it looks like you've been in a phase where you were really introspective and you were seeking out some solitude for yourself. So you may have distanced yourself from others in order to reflect on some deeper truths or to just gain some clarity for yourself. And this period looks like it helped you to build a stronger connection to your inner self. And that allowed you to reassess your priorities and to really find wisdom through introspection. The Hermit energy is suggesting that you may have been on somewhat of a spiritual quest recently where you were seeking answers within rather than through external validation, the opinions of others and whatnot. And this phase may have left you feeling wiser, but also perhaps a little bit isolated. But this time alone has been really essential for your personal growth, and you've gained really valuable insights that they're now ready to be applied to your present situation. The Hermit is really that energy of not being afraid to be alone, of recognizing the value, in fact, of being alone. I know if you're like me, I have a hard time putting together any meaningful thoughts when I'm surrounded by people, the noise and hubbub of other people around me. It's when I get alone, and I don't mean alone for an hour or two, I mean alone for a few days even, where that's when I really get some solid, deep thinking done, where I come up with plans of action, etc. So I think for most people that's the case, where they actually need some solitude in order to think through plans of action, problems they're dealing with. Whatever it is, it represents allowing yourself that solitude and enjoying it, even because it allows you to connect with that inner wisdom. And that's really what the Hermit's about. He's got the gray beard and he's kind of aged, and that represents wisdom. But his staff here represents power as well. So that's pointing to the fact that maybe this did feel a bit lonely or isolating, but it's allowed you to gain a lot of power and belief in yourself. So that's pouring through to the rest of the reading. So whatever this period was, it's going to serve you well this month. In the position of challenges that you might face this month, we have the Four of Pentacles. So there might be a challenge here of holding on too tightly to material security, to control, or just wanting to stay in your comfort zones. So you might feel a bit hesitant to take risks because of a fear of loss. And this could be financial, of course, or it could be emotional. This could even be regarding your time and energy, not wanting to risk spending your time and energy on something that's not going to pay off, so to speak. So there's a tendency here to really cling to what you already have, and that could prevent you from opening up to new possibilities. So it's advising you to examine where you might be holding back out of fear or scarcity mentality, and ask yourself, are you being overly cautious right now or resistant to change? Because this resistance could potentially block you from experiencing some growth and abundance. So I definitely see you have built up some level of stability for yourself, and it can be easy when we get to that point to kind of fear losing it, especially if we've been in situations in the past where we have had scarcity. But this is showing up saying you have built up some stability for yourself. So don't allow fear to stop you from building even more stability, from taking some much needed risks. And again, thoughtful, intelligent risks. But he's saying there's some room to open up a little bit. And he's also saying, our mental health, our emotional health, our social health is really important as well. So let's not get so focused on our coins, holding on to our wealth, our stability, that we don't allow ourselves to focus energy on other aspects of our life that also need our attention. We have the Six of Cups clarifying this. So this brings us a layer of nostalgia and past memories, childhood experiences to this challenge. It's saying maybe that your reluctance to let go could be tied to sentimental attachments or past situations that no longer serve you. Maybe you're holding on to old habits or relationships out of comfort or familiarity. And while it's important to honor your past, dwelling too much on what once was could hinder you from moving forward. So there could be something related to your past here that feels very comfortable and familiar that's preventing you from growing right now. This could be an actual relationship, a job that's very familiar, something like that. Or it could be just outmoded ways of thinking where maybe it's a scarcity mindset or something like that. But there's something here that's related to your past that could be preventing some growth. So it's time to look at that and be mindful of how past experiences shape this feeling of a challenge here for you. So you may need to release some old attachments to embrace the present and the future more fully right now. We have the King of Cups in the position of opportunities around you this month. This king represents emotional maturity and balance, and he has mastery over his feelings. So opportunities around you this month might involve deepening this emotional intelligence. And that's going to help you, navigate any challenges with grace. And you're also going to maybe offer support to other people as well. This king is very much about taking action on his behalf for his benefit. But we can see this ship in the background here. And that represents him thinking about what's good for other people as well. So usually when this king takes action, he's not just thinking about himself. He's thinking about how he can benefit other people as well. He's a very generous person. He's very balanced. He cares about his community. He cares about those around him and how his actions, his words, his behavior affects those people around him. And he's very much in control of his emotions and his behavior based on his emotions as well. And we love that. We love an emotionally mature king. So you might find yourself in situations where you are the one called upon to be a really calming presence or source of wisdom and support for those around you. And you have the depth, the compassion to be able to do that. So it's saying this is maybe a really great time to step into leadership roles that require compassion and emotional insight from you. You're being offered the chance to connect with others on a really deep, meaningful level. And that could really open some doors in your personal and your professional life. Really interesting energy coming from that card for me today. We have clarifying that the Chariot. So this is clarifying that the opportunities surrounding you also involve determination and really focused action. The King of Cups is representing that emotional balance, but the Chariot is adding this layer of momentum and drive to this opportunity. So there's an opportunity for you to harness both your emotional wisdom and your inner strength to overcome any obstacles right now, to achieve your goals. And it's saying success will come through balancing emotional insight with focused ambition. And by combining this emotional intelligence with a sense of determination, you'll be able to make significant progress this month. The Chariot's all about having a plan of action. It's about building a structure, building a plan before we charge forward. We notice this Chariot isn't in motion yet. That's because he's planning. He's using his intuition right now to suss out which way to go, which way to charge forward. He's making a plan of action. He's thinking, okay, this is what I'll do first, this is what I'll do next, and then we'll turn left, and then we'll charge down that path, etc. He's not just going to tell his sphinxes to go, to charge forward without having a plan. So this structure around him represents structure, represents planning. That's going to create protection for him when he does leap into action, because he's very determined. So once he starts that chariot, it's going to be busting forward with determination and energy towards his goals. So I think there's a real need here for planning and structure in order to be able to be this king, to make the most of the opportunities that this king represents for being in this position of leadership, where we have really strong boundaries, yes, but we're in a position to really help ourselves and other people quite powerfully right now. The next card we have for you is the Eight of Pentacles in the position of advice. So this is saying to stay really dedicated to your work or craft right now. It's all about mastery through effort and attention to detail and commitment to long-term growth. It's a reminder here that progress takes time. And this month you're being really encouraged to put in that work necessary to improve your skills and your knowledge. It's saying as advice to really focus on refining your talents right now and stay very disciplined. And this can be in relation to your career, to personal development, or some kind of specific project that you're working on. Whatever it is, it's saying persistence is going to pay off. And it's also saying, let's enjoy this process of learning and improving, even if it feels repetitive at times, because the payoff from the Eight of Pentacles is tangible. It's saying that whatever we're working on, we're going to be rewarded for it, because wow, are we ever getting good at it? It's being noticed. We are going to be putting ourselves in that position of being able to kind of climb up that ladder of success because we've put in that dedicated effort. No one gets good at anything without practicing it consistently, daily almost, or yeah, certainly daily. And it's saying if you do that, if you have that mindset of combining education about something, learning about something every day, and then practically applying it as well, it's almost guaranteeing you some level of success in that area. So we have clarifying that with the Ace of Cups. That's really, really beautiful energy to have clarifying here. This brings an emotional and spiritual element to this very practical advice. It suggests that whatever the work you're putting in, it's not just about material success, but also emotional fulfillment and new beginnings in your relationships or your personal life. So you're being advised to approach your efforts with a sense of love and openness. And that's going to lead to this kind of deeper emotional connection with your work and those around you. The Ace of Cups, clarifying this, is definitely suggesting to me that there's some kind of creative element to whatever it is you're working on, something that you are quite passionate about. And these 5 streams coming out of the cup represent the multitude of ways that this can manifest for you. This creative energy can manifest into something beautiful in your life. So stay focused and dedicated, but also allow yourself to feel emotionally connected to what you're doing. Pouring that really heartfelt creative energy into what you're doing, that's going to be your special sauce, so to speak. It's going to kind of bring this feeling of no one else can do what I'm doing right now. People are noticing that, oh, this is a very special talent that only this person has, and we want to reward that. So there's potential for both personal and professional growth this month if you approach your tasks with a lot of heart and passion. And I think you kind of just feel it naturally. I see you at this workbench. You don't even care what's going on around you because you really are creatively connected to what it is that you're working on. We end the reading with the Star in the position of the outcome or future. This card is a card of hope, renewal and inspiration. So as the outcome here, it's suggesting that you're going to emerge from any challenges this month with a really renewed sense of purpose and clarity. This card indicates healing when it shows up. It indicates spiritual guidance and also the potential for future success. So I love seeing it at the end here. You're being reminded to keep faith in the bigger picture, even when things seem uncertain or challenging. And I'm definitely getting that feeling from this reading. Things have felt a bit challenging recently. You may have gone through some kind of change or transformation that felt very jarring or difficult. The star is showing up saying, here now we have a renewed sense of hope for ourselves, for the future. We're healing from something that has happened in our recent past. We're reconnecting to a sense of faith that good things can happen for us. So really beautiful healing energy coming in at the end of the reading here. So it's saying, expect to feel more aligned with your true self by the end of the month, because you're going to have this new optimism and a sense of inner peace that maybe has been missing for you for a while. The star also kind of hints at opportunities for recognition or public success, especially if you've been working diligently towards a goal. This star might be saying something related to your hard work is going to pay off big time this month. You may be getting some kind of promotion, something published about you or your work, something like that, where there's a bit of a spotlight on you based on this dedication and hard work and honestly creative talent that I'm seeing in this reading. So the star at the end is saying, trust the process here and know that brighter days are ahead, because this month is going to end with this sense of renewal and optimism and hope for the future, which is a beautiful way to begin the fall season. Love this reading for you, Libra. I was getting a lot of just beautiful, calm, healing energy from this. So I hope you feel it too. Please do let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.